Nakano Underground. Client, government. Place, Nakano Underpass. This is a case from the government. The door in the Nakano Underpass has been unlocked. What waits on the other side? Farm development kit. Interesting. This is real government. I'll explain all the details. The client this time is the local government that takes care of the utilities for Nakano. Basically, it's a bureaucratic agency. Why are you so shocked? Of course we specialize in supernatural and complex cybercrimes, so we usually have a very specific clientele. But we cooperated very well with Detective Mariyoshi's police force, so they consider us to be a pretty good detective agency. So we've received a case from a public agency. Quite a rare event. This case was originally discussed by Detective Mariyoshi with the government agency. It's a bit special, so Detective Mariyoshi passed us down to the government agency like a sort of ace up his sleeve, and now it's our case. Got it? Good. The case is to unlock a gate in Nakano Underpass. It seems the gate is locked due to some electronic glitch and can't be opened. Huh? What? You don't know about Nakano Underpass? It's a facility that houses the equipment used to provide Nakano's public utilities, such as power cables, water pipes, and so on. They are moving forward with a plan to improve the look of the city's center above ground by housing the public utilities underground. Looks like the visible power cables and telephone poles are set to disappear in the not-too-distant future. Underneath Nakano, there is a vast complex of tunnels, so there are, of course, many entrances. One of these entrances is the place where the gate we need to unlock is. It is password-protected electronic lock, but it seems some time ago it locked for no reason, and no one has been able to open it since. They contacted the manufacturer, but they gave up. If needs be, they will destroy the gate, but obviously that would incur serious costs. While the costs were discussed, a weird groaning sound was heard coming from the other side of the gate. It seems something strange is going on. The manufacturer had a bad feeling about it and didn't want to open the gate, but the government suspected criminal activity and called Mariyoshi. I see. So then the buck password. So then the buck passed to the Karami Detective Agency. Karami. Well, after all, we have the best people for the job if you want to access a place that is off bounds to most. This is actually a good opportunity. I've been wanting to investigate the rumors surrounding Nakano's underground system for a while. The gate in question has an electronic lock, so naturally, there's a cyberspace inside it. You're the only one who can break into the gate without destroying it. We've already received permission from the government to access the underpass. Alright then, shall we go and find out what the real situation with the underground gate is? Where is that groaning voice coming from? What kind of strange world lies beyond the gate? This is going to be so much fun. Huh? It's an underground gateway, so there will just be an underground tunnel behind it, right? Have you ever heard of stochastic process in quantum mechanics? I guess I should tell you about Schrodinger's cat. Until we open up the gate, we cannot know if we find an underground tunnel or the void of space. Until you open the gate, the world is in flux of overlapping possibilities, so just try and enjoy it. Let's go. The case is a simple matter of unlocking the gate, but what's behind the gate? Your job is to find that out. Trivia. What do the characters on Metal Edamon's chest mean? Metal Edamon's chest. Jeez.
Do I know?
Me either. I wonder if there's anything new in the shop. That reminds me. Oh, interesting. You can now go to Nakano Underpass. He has 2 speeds. Walk and noom.
Yeah.
Did you arrive at the underpass? The gateway you need to unlock is inside. The control panel should be beside you. Do you see it? Connect, jump into it, and unlock the gate. Nah, no, I'm just kidding.
Do you not see it?
Farm 1 and get investigate command complete. No new cases, but found HP capsule C. What happened? What? Connect jump isn't working? That's strange. It's an electronic lock, so there should be some kind of network inside it. Perhaps it's just that you didn't activate the connect jump properly? Right. I think it's time I verified your ability to perform a connect jump. Raise your hand. Now concentrate. That's it. 30 minutes later. 1 hour later. Oh goodness. Several hours later.
I just think of like SpongeBob.
1 eternity later. 100 years later.
Oh man.
What were you doing just now? Whatever you're doing, it seems like it's not working. Oh. Oh no. It looks like I can't verify it. Well, it seems that you can only connect jump if you feel disappointed. If I were to posit a theory as to how your connect jump works, your ability locates a digital wave, piggybacks on it to the target's location's digital space, and then enters it. It can be a network, a PC server, it doesn't matter what the target location is. If it has a digital space, then you should be able to access it. However, there seems to be certain limitations when interfering with the digital wave. In other words, when you can, and when you can't, you can't. What we've determined is that you connected before by chance, even if there's a specific reason why you were able to each time. Put simply, cause and effect are connected to this digital waves. Wait a second, how could you connect jump this time then? I don't have any proof to support my answer, but perhaps there were others like you who tried and failed to open the locks and were disappointed. Yes, disappointment is definitely key. I've rambled on long enough. Please get this lock opened as quickly as you can. Intaman! Bonk. Yay, scan complete. Jeez, you'd think my character's popular. Oh, wow, I actually got it. It was strongest.
Strongest?
Strongest, yes. Much strong. Ah, that's right, I need to send him on an investigation anyway. Investigations haven't really turned up anything. Maybe I should look into development? Pay development costs to create an item. Ouch.
Yeah, that's something for later in the game when, you know,
You have tons
you have
and
the
tons of
ability
cash.
to... You should make a Digimon Earth mode. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, your cam actually goes down if you send them on a training course. Guess they're back to investigating for free items that way. Convenient phone booth to Marae's. That... Oh, it's a data scan point. Interesting. At least I think it's a data scan point. Hacking skill, copy, and paste. Copies the target's color data and temporarily saves it by pasting it on a colorless base. When correctly placed, the security will be dropped and you'll be able to continue. Movement to a different area will clear any copied data. Gotcha. Okay, so... Alright, so now we have yellow copied.
無理しちゃダメだよ。みんなよく頑張ったね。
It's puzzle time, Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the yellow diamond above your head.
Mm-hmm. The door should be unlocked now. Let's head back and check. I guess this entire level was just meant to be a training course at this point.
For copy and paste, yeah.
Poke. Oh no! Caught in another digital wave! Ring.
Okay.
Seems you've managed to unlock the gate. So thanks for that. It must have been easy for you given your skill. What? There's a bit of a labyrinth in the underground tunnel? What do you mean by a bit? Is there any sign of Digimon or an eater in there? I see. It is strange to see just a small section of labyrinth. I know I said we couldn't know what we'd find, but I wasn't expecting that. I believe we have witnessed a special digital wave occurrence. It's as if it's some kind of current. I see. This is definitely a ley line. Have you ever heard of ley lines before? There are many in Tokyo. They are also called dragon chains. Dragon signifies the undulating landscape of the hills and mountains. The dragon chain is what we call the flow of the land's spirit. It's a well-known that Susei Tenkai, advisor to Yasu Tokugawa, turned Edo into a great feng shui city. It is said,
Feng shui.
yeah, it is said that he built a waterway and path to lead the chi from Mount Fuji and Tokyo Bay to Edo Castle. Of particular note, in this instance, are Kaniji and Asakusa Shrine to the northeast and Shojoji and Hei Shrine to southwest. All big religious institutions. In Feng Shui, those directions are thought to draw negative energy their way. The shrines hold big festivals to purge and expel that energy. And if you look at the lines that connect Buddhist temples, Kaniji and Shojoji, and Shinto shrines, Asakusa, and hey. Ooh, Shinto got cut off there in the box.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
You'll find they cross right inside old Edo Castle, home to today's Tokyo Imperial Palace. It's really quite fascinating to see. Nowadays, the waterways have been swapped out for rail lines, and radio towers dot the northeast and southwest. You could say we've finished what Tenkai started. Viewed from the eyes of current society, those rail lines and radio towers are artificial ley lines that supplement the old roads and waterways. Naturally, where you're standing underground constitutes another ley line running through Tokyo too. Not just any ley line either. The one that's believed to emanate from Mount Fuji is supposed to run right through here. The man-made tunnel layered on top of it allows the digital waves to keep flowing in perpetuity. It's really a peculiar thing going on down there. That's what's producing the quasi-labyrinth you're seeing before you. Knowing that, those weird voices that people are supposedly hearing probably belong to Digimon that are appearing as a result. I could go on for a while about the subject, but you at least somewhat get what I'm saying, right? Aha! I'll take that to mean you understood it well enough then. At this point, your work is essentially done, but we can't exactly just ignore this newfound discovery of yours either. Why don't you go a little further in and check things out for me? Control barrier, gotcha. What's down the other way then? Is it also just an exit path? Yes. This will go right. No, leads to a dead end. An item box. Grab it through the fence. I know.
He doesn't do stupid things like that.
And it feels like a why put a loading point there then, but... Tunnel just keeps going, you say? If it stays on course like that, you're going to end up in Roppongi? Which would mean, You know, this reminds me of something else I've heard about before. As I mentioned before, Tokyo's ley lines stem from Mount Fuji, which is of course not all that a coincidence, given that it's a sacred place. And that energy takes old highways like the Koshu Kaido and the Kaido to get to Tokyo from Mount Fuji. That energy joins up with the underground waterways going along the highways that carry Mount Fuji's snowmelt to Tokyo, flowing into the city together. One theory holds that the first place where that water appears above ground after reaching Tokyo happens to be where else but Nakano. Put simply, all the ley lines that flow throughout Tokyo could well be coming out of our own stomping grounds, believe it or not. Wouldn't that be amazing to think about if it turned out to be true? Stop right there. Don't go any further. You're standing on the border of the municipality. Go any further and you'll be in the central government territory. That's a hive we'd best not poke. Color me intrigued, though. That's a hell of a thing to stumble into just walking around inside that tunnel. We aren't prepared just yet to pick that sort of fight. There's still too much we don't know. This little tangent of ours has gone on long enough, I think. Head back the way you came and regroup at the office. But it's not as strong as we're used to. That tunnel is causing a digital shift. We should probably keep it locked up like before, after all. I have no idea how I'm going to explain all of that to our client. No matter how you spin it, it'll probably all be a lot to take in. I wouldn't be surprised if we come away looking even sketchier than we already do. Let's just let Detective Mariyoshi deal with it. Some jobs are just best left to others. You're curious what exactly was actually beyond where you stopped? That makes two of us, believe me. Actually, while you were on your way back, I decided to look into it a bit. Apparently, what you found was Kamishiro Research Lab, of all things. Oh?
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, don't be dense. I told you, that area is under the jurisdiction of the central government. That's not the sort of place you wander into for fun. If nothing else, it indicates that Kamishiro and the government have a tighter relationship than what we previously suspected. Going after Kamishiro could well mean that we'd also be ruffling the government's feathers. Oh! That's why we can't be hasty right now. We'll do what we can to prepare and cross that bridge when we come to it. This is just a guess on my end, but I imagine it was Kamishiro that changed the password on that door and rendered it impossible to get open. They probably weren't counting on us to be able to actually break in and snoop around. Knowing that, it could well serve us as an ace in our hole later when that time comes to confront them, hopefully unawares. But again, let's not worry about hashing out the details until we have to do, and just be grateful we have that up our sleeve if need be. On that note, I realize this case is technically closed. What do you say about heading over to Ropnagi for me one more time? I don't mean on official business. Rather, I'm keen on doing a little independent intelligence gathering for our own internal use. Surely you're interested in knowing why Kamishiro has built a research lab underneath the Metropolitan Office too, right? So how about you just walk on through the front door there and see what you can find. Sound good? Trivia: the Digimon that called to Nokia. Alien were Agumon and who? Agumon!
I'm Gabumon.
Oh, we're still technically on the mission. do 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 no do 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 do. Agumon do 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 do. Tokyo Metropolitan Office. Oh, are you here for a tour of the lobby? Please come on inside. Earnest Civil Servant. Oh? You must be confused. Let me explain. Construction on the Metropolitan Office isn't entirely complete as of yet. Well, it was at one point. That is, until a major firm came in and it was decided the upper floors merited additional construction. As such, while that's going on, the lobby here remains free and open to the public to visit. Ring, 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 ring. Did you make it inside the Metropolitan Office? Alright, I get you. So they're alright with you hanging around the lobby. Well, that makes our work a little easier. Then go on in. All you need at this point is a terminal somewhere, so you can infiltrate their systems. Piece of cake at this stage, I'd say. So once you find a terminal, just slip on in and work your magic like always. Wish I was there to see it myself. It seems like quite the sight. It reminds me of the Tower of Babel in a way. Heh. Guess I'm starting to ramble again, though. Don't worry about me. Feel free to get back to work now. I see where we're supposed to go in, but I want to see if anybody has anything to say first. It's not complete yet, but in the meantime, all are invited to take advantage of our forums. New City Hall in Roppongi? Roppongi. Wouldn't have expected that in my wildest dreams. Seems like anything can happen in Kamishiro backing it. Not that I should expect any less from a company like that. There's a small digital shift happening here. Something wrong out there? Oh, you found a terminal that's digital shifting a little. Huh. If this shift is weak while still prominent enough for you to notice it, it could be a sign that this place will turn into a labyrinth later on. Well, for now, try connect jumping into it. We have no idea what could be in there, so stay on your feet, alright? Downward jumps. Ouch. Times 3 on that one. Bug recoveries. There's something over there. Eater friend. Eater friend.
Well, you have the ability to go into the thingy to heal, fully heal first.
True. I will heal. Then I will answer this email. Then heal. Gabumon, correct. Not bad. This thing is heal. I need to recover. I guess everybody's full.
Then you're fully healed.
Yeah. Well, all the little battles that we got into once we walked in there were steamrolled. Digibank. 23 minutes left. No one's near. No one's even close. Data is converging.
It made itself stupider.
Mm-hmm. Oof. A whole 30 damage.
It's gonna hurt.
That wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Do you have any special attacks that actually do a lot against it?
I've been trying all of the different special attacks I have.
Magic attack.
Like I already did Golden Triangle, it did all of like 30 damage. Observing. Good job, Togemon. So you found an eater inside there after all. But you couldn't find any other evidence of note? Huh. You're not seeing the forest for the trees here. The fact that there was an eater inside the terminal at all is big evidence in and of itself. Regardless, let's call it a day here. Get back to the office for now. That was probably hard work going all over the place today. But thanks to you, I think I'm starting to piece it all together now. While you were out and about, I decided to measure the digital waves coming out of that building. And I found that the Metropolitan Office itself is one big digital wave force field. From what I can tell, energy is flowing straight into the Metropolitan Office via the ley lines inside Nakano Underpass. So that underground lab Kamishiro as beneath the building is probably controlling the energy flow. You remember what I said about ley lines when you were inside the tunnel, don't you? There are two things at play here, the natural energy flow from the Earth along the ley lines and digital waves emanating from a sea of electrons. If you can make a massive structure like the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Office a hub for those things, then you can manipulate their flow. Why do they need to do it that way? Well, for one, digital waves might be invisible to the naked eye, but they have a mass and therefore require a vessel. And the bigger the vessel is that contains those waves, the more energy you can build up. It probably also explains the new construction going on, as more space would mean that much more energy Kamishiro could stockpile. That extra energy would then go on to impact the office beyond the facility, hence the digital shift you ran into in the lobby. And with any good digital shift comes an eater. Of course, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if that place goes labyrinthian eventually. But we don't have to be concerned about that threat anymore now that you've cleaned the joint up. On the other hand, it's worrying in its own way that things resolved so cleanly this time. The fact that digital waves can be concentrated in such small quantities as to attract individual eaters and produce a micro-labyrinth is scary. If you hadn't been there, it might well have not been caught until much later. The whole thing doesn't sit well with me at all. This case has taught us that there's technology that can mostly suppress large amounts of digital waves, as they're built up and placed wherever. The deliberate and calculated nature of it all indicates that somebody's got big plans in the works, suffice to say. This, of course, calls for more investigation. We need to figure out how long this has all been going on, and just what exactly it's for. Let's keep our eyes peeled as we move forward, Jason. We're onto something here. I know it. Yay.
And... done!
Your drive is really admirable. Keep it up. One way or another, we'll definitely deal with Kamishiro when the time is right. Farm development kit. I guess that gets me a second farm.
Either that or it upgrades your farm even more. I don't remember. I didn't use the farm as much.
Ah, add islands. Yep, farm development kit to build a new farm island. Oop. Update.
Up, dude.
Yep. Update. Complete. I don't think I have any more mon to shove in here. Yeah, I have an Omnimon. That's it. Alright, well, here seems like a good place to knock off for the night.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you later.